can I ask you to just stand for me, please, and just raise a glass?
I can't stand.
Yeah, you stand. Just to raise a glass and just a toast to my beautiful wife. Thank you.
Toast to Serena.
Serena. Thank you. You just sit there.
Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, didn't he do well for a policeman? I think that deserves a huge round of applause. Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a final speech, and it is in the very capable hands, as Mark has already said, in his best man, Mr. Mark Lindsay.
Hey, that's me. I'll wear this just for a little while. Hello, hello, hello. What have we got here then? Thanks, Mark. I hope you make the most of your speech, because now you're a married man. That'll be the last time you get to speak for 3 minutes without being interrupted.
True.
You know, it's been said that being asked to be best man is like being asked to make love to Camilla Barker Bowles. It's a great honour, but you don't really want to do it. But here I am, and I think you'll agree that my job of getting this man home safely from the stag to the castle, on time and sober today, was a complete success. But here I am, and I think you'll agree that, so I've said that. Well, what can I tell you about the groom? I've known him for over 20 years. He's handsome, intelligent, witty, charismatic. Sorry, it's wrong reading. Good afternoon, ladies and gents, boys and girls. I'd like to thank you all for attending today and helping to make Mark and Serena's wedding such a memorable and special occasion, especially in this historic setting. Before I go on, let me just say that the formative years I've spent in the company of Yorkie means that he has much part in developing my sense of humour as anyone. So although I've tried to make this speech as funny as possible, it's only right to blame him if it's not. The grand old Duke of York is a lucky man. After 48 years, he's managed to take a bride into custody without the use of handcuffs. Until later, maybe.
You've aged me by a year as well now.
Yorkie, you've married Serena, who's beautiful, smart, funny, warm, loving and caring, and she deserves a good husband. So thank God you married her before she found one.
This is true.
I know Yorkie's already said this early, but again I want to thank the bridesmaids, the ushers and the parents, etc. for helping out, and I think you'll agree that the bridesmaids look absolutely lovely today and are only rightly outshone by our beautiful bride Serena. So what can I tell you about Yorkie that he'll deny? Let's see. He owns a dog, but did you know he calls her Madison because he keeps her locked up in a square garden? Guilty, Your Honour. Are you aware that Mark worked for Safeways and Tesco's? He always gave good service, especially in the ladies' underwear department. He was often seen in the fruit and veg department displaying his nuts. But when he was banned from the apple section, after getting confused when his boss told him that Coxey's needed polishing and the Granny Smiths needed filling. Hence his days in the supermarket were short-lived. Mark left Safeway to join a company of the future. A company you can rely on, MFI. Most of you don't know what MFI stands for, but the M is for missing and the I is for items. You can probably guess the rest. Mark was ideal for MFI, as he was used to missing out on a screw when he tried to wreck something at home. To be fair though, when he was at work, perhaps his sales technique would have been better if he hadn't suggested if they needed improvements in the bedroom, or suggested bigger drawers for the wife. After MFI, Mark did make a success of selling drugs for a living. But it was in Ilford, so it was probably a case of supply and demand. In Mark's defence, it was a manager of Superdrug. Mark then spent 4 months aboard in Lanzarote, enjoying the sun, sea and something else. That's right, the surfing. Endless days of not caring about anyone. No working, just eating and drinking as much as he wanted. Never answering the phone. Yes, I'm talking about life in the police force. Mark had always wanted to join up. With an IQ of 12 and difficulty reading and writing, he was overqualified. You're alright, mate. I'll be too harsh. You can get that if you want. His go-karting skills paved the way for him to be part of the traffic division. Nights filled with getting drunk women to blow into a bag had to stop in his private life as he drove the streets of Essex, making us feel safer. Which leads me to when he made national headlines for banger racing. The trouble is, it wasn't Serena Essex, and the other car looked pretty similar. Enough said. I've got a picture here, I hope you don't mind. And there's the one there as well. He also made the sun, but this is the echo, so I'll have Oh, I kept it quiet. I'm lost now. Anyway, where was I?
Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah, the stag do. Me, Yorkie and the guys have had many a mad holiday. The last one being the stag do. I have a photo here actually. Just try to blow it up. I'll pass it around. Right, the photo, yeah, a lot of people say it's the Chippendales. Some will say more like the chipmunks looking like penguins. When walking the strip, bar and clubs, reps look puzzled as they assume we should be on a saga holiday in Margate as opposed to Magaluf. In fact, when they asked Yorkie where he's heading, he said the library. We also had a challenge on holiday. One of the bars we went into, you can see it on here when you pass it around. You've got lucky pants here, the green pants. Anyone caught drinking with a not natural drinking hand had to put them on. Hence, Mark, they're a bit warm now. We had them quite a bit. I will say these are replica. The main ones are in the crystal bar. Is that right, James? James, crystal bar, the original ones, aren't they? Yeah. So, but these are my old pairs. So
Actually, washed them.
yeah. Personal automatic. Right, I'll calm it down a little bit. There is one couple who'd love to be here today, but living in Australia meant they couldn't. However, they sent this message to you both. Forgive the accent. G'day, digger. How you doing? I hear you got yourself a Sheila and we're getting hitched. Struth. Thought it would never happen. Good on ya. I'll rip the scab off a VB stubby and down a cold one on ya. Crikey, wish we could be there. All the best from the Aussie mates down under. John and Mel. There's a few acknowledgements I'd like to say. Mark's already said the bulk of that, but I will say one thing. Let's go happy birthday to Mick, who's 50 on Saturday, sitting down here now. Stand up, Mick. He's a fine specimen, that man just there. And I'd like to say, Peter, thanks for attending. He's not been very well of late. And he's here. Get on. Well, Yorkie, you're a genuinely nice guy, mate. And I'm proud to have you as my mate. And I'm serious about that. We've room shared as far away as Oz. I've had to share your habits, likewise mine. And he's a good right-hand man to have. I mean, look at the size of him, so it's been quite handy. Not in that respect. Well,
Honest.
I'm coming towards the end now, you'll be pleased to know. But on behalf of the bridesmaids and myself, I'd like to thank Mark and Serena for giving us the opportunity to be involved in your unique and special day. I know you have both put a tremendous amount of effort into the planning of this wedding. I can only hope that apart from his speech, everything has exceeded their expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to stand and to raise your glasses in the toast the lovely bride and her lucky groom. The toast is the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.